Here are the questions at the core of all of this. Would you be okay with a place that allows or even enables illegal drug use in your neighborhood? Does the good of saving lives outweigh the potential concerns? That's what we're grappling with as we step inside these first officially recognized overdose prevention centers in our country. People driving or riding by might simply see another homeless service center.
And it's been rough, but this place has really been there for me.
Inside, too, it's not immediately clear why this location and another like it in Washington Heights have received so much attention.
We do a ton of wound care.
There's a health clinic, laundry, and showers. And in the back, there's what almost seems like a business center.
It's really structured well. It's staffed correctly.
But when you take a closer look at what's happening here, it's a bit jarring. People are preparing to shoot up their heroin or do other illegal drugs with clean needles and other paraphernalia provided.
Just 4 milligrams of Narcan.
On hand to rescue people from overdose, which happens 2 or 3 times a day, we're told. Outside, Jason Voles tells us,
I don't want to cause anybody any problems with my drug abuse, so this place helps me to use safely, stay off the streets, out of the subways.
Keeping a watchful eye on the entire operation is Sam Rivera,
Executive Director.
Smoke from incense swirls as we sit down in his office. He's an imposing linebacker of a man who's attempted to tackle the drug overdose crisis with a ferocity befitting his stature. 2,000 New Yorkers die each year. Around 90,000 lose their lives nationwide.
They tried, they tried other approaches. They tried detox. And I'm not saying it's over for them. But we know that most people have to go through the process a few times. So our role in harm reduction is to keep them alive long enough to have that opportunity. So that's what we're doing. The minute someone shows interest, we move, and we move quickly. If someone says, I want detox now, we stop and make sure that happens.
To alleviate neighborhood concerns, Rivera says no needles or other supplies leave the facility, and his staff regularly goes out into the surrounding neighborhood to do outreach.
And the staff and I do everything to take on any concerns.
When this site officially launched last November, protests popped up in the neighborhood. And even in our brief time outside, we did see some inappropriate behavior. Eliza Seda now escorts her grandmother around the area because she's been harassed by people still openly using outside the center.
It's been kind of rough because, there have been attacks, especially on elderly. So I'm mostly here for her protection.
These types of facilities have long existed in the shadows while operating openly in Canada and Europe for years. Under the Trump administration, the Justice Department won a case giving it the power to crack down on safe injection sites. But just this month, President Biden's DOJ suggested it might be open to allowing overdose prevention centers with, quote, appropriate guardrails. There's been plenty of opposition.
These centers are simply enabling people's habits. That's what they're doing.
New York City's only Republican Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis has introduced legislation to stop federal dollars from flowing to programs like this one.
We need to be proactive. And being proactive means stopping the drug dealers and putting them behind bars, stopping the trafficking that is coming over our southern border, and also focusing on long-term treatment to help people who are addicted.
It's radical. And radical's good.
Back in East Harlem, Rivera wants to change hearts and minds as these issues are discussed nationally. He's encouraging people to come and see the work he's doing.
So I want to be at the table. Bring us in. We're the ones doing it. We're your partners.
There are some state leaders pushing for more official overdose prevention centers across the state. But just yesterday, the governor's commissioner for the Office of Addiction said that expansion outside the city is not being looked at right now. But some other major cities are evaluating this, Tamsin and Cora.